So I'm gonna be talking about why I want to start a business and why you should also want to start a business. So first of all, there is a lot of entrepreneurs out there, and there's obviously different niches and all that. And I actually started liking business when I was it was about 2 years ago. I'm still in high school, but yeah, I'm still into business. And my goal is to reach at least, or like a milestone is to reach 5K a month soon. And I'm pretty confident I could do it. But basically, having a goal, and a strategy and self improving yourself are like big things. And when you're first starting out, honestly, business isn't for everybody, but when you're first starting out, you should like learn. When you first starting out, it's a little overwhelming because there's so many different niches, there's so many different videos out there, so many different people. There's so many different things to do, and it could be a good thing. Well, it is a good thing, but it could also be a bad thing because it could be overwhelming, and you don't know which business to choose. But that's why you take the time and you just search and find something you're good at, find something you're interested in. Everybody, a great thing to do is start your business off with what you already know, because it's obvious, because you're already good at that, you already have knowledge on that, and depending on what it is, you could use that to your advantage. Like, say you know how to cook, or you know a lot of stuff about the gym, or you know how to sell, you know how to market. Any of those, or basically any skill, you can sell, because business is selling a product or service. And you can also like learning skills, or learning a whole new skill in business is also, I'm not gonna say it's not hard, but you have to stick to it and actually be interested in it. Like me, I started learning SMMA, like social media marketing, or social media marketing agency. But I started learning social media marketing, and honestly, I know a whole lot about it now. I knew nothing about it, and I studied it for like about a month or two, something like that. And yeah, I learned a lot about it. But yeah, finding what you want to do, finding the perfect niche for you, it can be hard when you're first starting out, like me. But you're gonna eventually find something that you really like, and just learn about it and practice. And once you learn enough knowledge or grow the confidence, just take action. Like, that's one thing I struggle with. I struggle with taking action, like actually going out and like marketing stuff, spending, talking. I'm still learning myself, but I'm like getting to that point where I'm about to actually start spending money and putting money into the business, into my niche, whatever I do. So yeah, taking action and taking that first step can be hard, but you just gotta take it. You just gotta take the action, man. You just gotta step through. And you're gonna fail, obviously. Like, I know this is cliche, you're gonna fail, but you are gonna fail, and you're gonna get dismotivated. And you honestly gotta have discipline. You have to put the time and effort in. You have to take the time to learn. You have to take the time to build yourself with the business. And honestly, before you even start your business, you should be like, self-improving yourself. You should be building good habits. You should be reading. You should be studying. You should be looking at videos. You should be, like I said in the beginning, finding what you love, finding what you want to do. Because if you start off in a business that you don't like, you're obviously not going to be interested in it while you're learning about it or pursuing it, because like you're not interested in it, so it just doesn't make sense to do. And that's why you find something that you like, you find something that you're interested in. That's very important. Don't just go into something thinking that it's gonna be easy, because it's not. It's not. You have to put a lot of work in, a lot of time, a lot of effort. And, you know, sometimes a lot of money, not a lot, but like, you know, well, depending on what you do, I don't know, but, or what you want to do. But yeah, you just gotta sometimes take the risk, man. That's what entrepreneurship is. Entrepreneurship is a lot, honestly. It's not for everybody, but me personally, I'm willing to take that risk, because here is another reason why I want to become an entrepreneur, is because I do not want to work a 9 to 5 at all. Like, I'm not saying they're bad. They can be, okay, 9 to 5s to me, I feel like, no. Me personally, for me, they're going to be temporary. Right now, I'm working a 9 to 5, or I'm working a job, not 9 to 5. I'm working part-time, but, you know, in the beginning of the stages of your business, it's obviously good to have, you know, a consistent income, and it's not bad to have a job. Job is only temporary. It's a good way to make money. It's a good way to learn how to manage money once you know, start making a decent amount of money, especially at a young age, because I'm 17 years old. And, you know, when I was 15, I got my first job at 15. I just knew nothing about money. I would spend it. I don't know. But now that, like, I'm older or whatever, and, like, you know, focusing, or you know, I know how to control my money better. And so honestly, getting a job is a good idea. And also, like, you can even go out and go door to door, neighbor's house, asking if you could do something for $10-$20, asking to do the lawn, asking if you could, I don't know, take their trash out for them for $5, you know, something like that. But yeah, it's always good to have, like, a little side hustle or something bringing you incoming, you know, something bringing you money. Back to what I was saying. But yeah, working a job is definitely not for me. I don't get how. I know some people, like, I don't want to offend nobody working, like, a job. Like, well, obviously people don't like working, like, going to work every day, clocking in every day, Monday through Friday. Like that's not something I want to do personally. And that's not something I want my parents to keep doing. That's not something I want my friends to do. That's not something I want my relatives to do. I don't want them to keep having to do that. I don't want them to keep having to wake up early in the morning, come back home tired, and they have to do that all over again. They get 2 days off. They get, like, no, I don't want them to go through that. I don't want to go through that personally. Like, I'm getting a piece of it. I don't even work full time. Like, I already don't want to, like, I'm already tired of working. Like, I know it's crazy to say, but I don't pay bills or nothing. So, like, I don't have a reason to, you know, keep going. Which is why starting out early is, like, probably the best thing to do, starting out at a young age and learning. Because you don't have, I don't want to say you don't have no responsibilities, because, you know, people go through different things, and people have some families have financial issues, I don't know. But me personally, I don't pay bills, I don't help my parents with bills, and I'm not spending my money on like, you know, I don't have important responsibilities. So I'm just learning how to control my money and keep it, and, you know, save it so I can invest into my business. And that's one thing I'm grateful for, is because my parents, they take care of me, and they pay the bills, and, you know, they're pretty stable. I don't want them to keep having to go to clock in and clock out. Like, I don't want them to keep doing that. And I'm sure you don't want to do that either. Like, if you haven't had a job yet, then you should probably, like, get one. Then you'll see how boring it is, how exhausting it is, like, trading your time for money. Especially, like, when you're working for a company, you can travel, obviously, but, like, it's very limited. You can't travel that much. You can't spend time with your family that much. If they call you to come in, you have to come in. Well, depending on the company, you know, it all depends. But, you know what I'm saying, you're not that free. You don't have that time freedom. You don't sometimes you don't have that financial freedom because you're living paycheck to paycheck, and like that's not something I want to do. That's not something I want my parents to do again. But as an entrepreneurship, depending on, I mean, 9 to 5. Okay, let me go back to 9 to 5, or let me go back to having jobs and being employed. Like, say you're pursuing a career or you're doing something you genuinely love, then if you like working, like if you enjoy it, if you like working, if you're pursuing a career that you always wanted to do, like become a doctor, lawyer, whatever, if your heart desires that, then go for it. Like, you're doing what you love. The only thing about like having jobs and, you know, not being self-employed, you lack the time freedom. Like, that's like a big part of having a job, time freedom. Because as entrepreneurship, let's say you have a online business, then you can literally travel and make money. Like, you have time freedom, and then let's say your business is doing like really well, you're gonna have financial freedom. You have time freedom and financial freedom, and you know, that's something that I want personally, so I'm willing to put the work in. And yeah, that's very important to me. And I just hope, like, I hope more people, or, you know, in this generation, more younger people are, like, you know, becoming entrepreneurs and catching on, or, like, you know, learning more about it or whatever, and becoming successful. Because, you know, trying to explain to the older generation is kind of hard, because they didn't have, like, all this digital stuff. They didn't have all, you know, they didn't have all of this, like, online stuff. And, you know, it's understandable. But honestly, you don't really need nobody to start your own business. You just need yourself, really. You just need discipline. It's always good to have like 1 or 2 people, like people you trust, obviously know about it, because they can encourage you. They could, you know, don't tell like the whole world, or basically don't tell nobody that you wouldn't trust, like, because they're just gonna bring you down, and then you could have doubts. And just tell, like, having people that know about your business, or know about the business that you're starting, can be really good and beneficial. So yeah, letting a couple of people know is probably the best thing to do. And when it comes to business, like, it's gonna get hard no matter what. Like, it's gonna get hard. You're gonna lose money. You're gonna go through problems. Not saying that I have yet, but, you know, learning from other people, or listening to other people, listening to other entrepreneurs, or most of them, or, you know, I've heard or seen, but most of them have lost money, like, pursuing their business. Most of them have failed businesses. A lot of them have failed businesses, and obviously they didn't give up just from that one failure, because, you know, you just got to learn from your mistakes. If you start a business and spend money on it, you know, spend a lot of money on it, and it doesn't go as planned, don't give up. Just don't, because you gained experience. You're gonna learn, especially for your first time when you start your business. You're gonna learn, and then just whatever you do, just don't give up. Just put the thing that you learn, put it to the next project or whatever that you do, you know, and just don't give up. Because if you never give up, then you're not going to fail. Like, you're eventually going to start scaling and reaching to where you want to be at. Obviously, it takes time, like a very long time. You just got to be patient, consistent. Also, networking is really good. Like, talking to other entrepreneurships, there's a lot of free communities out there that are willing to actually help you for free. Like, I'm in 2 of them right now, and if I ask a question in there, they're gonna answer. And, you know, there's a lot of free communities out there that want to help you with your business, or want to help you pursue your entrepreneurship. Like, you don't have to do every single thing on your own. There's obviously YouTube out there. There's communities. There's Discords. There's Slacks. There's a lot. And, you know, you don't have to do everything on your own. There's AI. There's so many stuff you can do to, you know, come up with ideas or whatever you're pursuing. There's so many things to help you on the road down your journey. And yeah, you don't have to do every single thing by yourself. And also, you should join communities and help you out. But anyways, entrepreneurship is, I try to tell people that, like, I don't want to enforce it or nothing. Like, I don't want to force things on them. Obviously, they can do what they want to do or what they want to achieve in the future. But, you know, a lot of people want to become successful. They dream about becoming successful. They want to become successful. But they're not willing to put the work in. They're not willing to take the time to improve on this. They're not willing to learn. They're not willing to sit through, you know, the hard, tough times. And also, success doesn't just come out of thin air, obviously. Like, you have to really put yourself into whatever you want to achieve or whatever you want to become successful in. It does not come out of thin air. You can't just manifest it out of nowhere. I mean, yeah, you can manifest, but, like, not just, you know, just say, oh, I'm gonna become rich in 5 or 10 years, and then, like, it is not gonna magically happen. It's just not. You have to physically and mentally put the work in. If you do that, then maybe manifesting it does help. But if you're just manifesting it, like just thinking it, oh, I'm gonna become successful, oh, I'm gonna do this, oh, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna travel the world, I'm gonna, you know, that's not, it's not gonna happen. You have to physically put the work in. You have to put the work in. And I try to tell people that entrepreneurship is a great way to, well, me personally, my goal is to become financially free and time free. And, you know, the people that I talk to that want to become successful and, like, you know, have decent money, have nice cars, have luxury life, I tell them, I say, like, you should start learning about, or you should want to become an entrepreneur, because all the opportunities, all the things out there, there's just so much things to entrepreneurship. And I try to encourage people that want to become, or that want to live a luxury life, I try to encourage them to become an entrepreneur, because the perks of being an entrepreneur and a successful entrepreneur, the perks are, like, it's just better than it's better than having a job. It's better than, you know, having a high paying job. Like doctors obviously, or, you know, the medical field, they make like 6 figures or whatever, but yeah, they're trading their time in to make those 6 figures. You know, it's so, like, stressful becoming a doctor, like, or at least I hear from, you know, other people. It's so stressful, and you're going through all that just to trade your time in for a paycheck. Just trade your time in for money. Like, I mean, yeah, it's good money, but let's say you make 6 figures, you had to trade your time in to make that 6 figures, and plus, with all that money, you don't even have time to spend the money because you're busy working, getting that money. So let's say you're in a neighborhood, a nice neighborhood, and, you know, you see people driving Porsches, you see people driving nice Mercedes, you see people driving nice, like, Audi, you see all these nice cars, all these nice houses. That doesn't mean that they're, you know, happy. That doesn't mean I mean, yeah, they can be happy if they really, really, really love doing their job, but they're handcuffed to their job still. They're handcuffed to getting that paycheck, because the only way to get that paycheck is to actually work. And, you know, as an entrepreneurship, you unlock those handcuffs because you have time freedom and you have financial freedom, and it's just a great thing to get into. Like I said earlier, if you see someone driving a Porsche, that doesn't mean they're happy. That doesn't mean they have the time freedom. That doesn't mean they're living life. That doesn't mean that. It doesn't mean that. Like, not everybody that lives a luxury life is exactly happy. That's when entrepreneurship comes in. That's when it mainly comes in, because you have that time. You're self-employed, so you have that time to yourself. That's the difference between like having a job that makes 6 figures or having a job that makes you a millionaire or whatever, to being an entrepreneur. Like, as when you have a job, like I said earlier, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but you have to work. You're trading your time in for money. That one handcuff on your left hand, it's unlocked. That one handcuff is unlocked. You're financially free. You can spend a lot of money. You have nice cars, but that other handcuff is still locked on you. It's that time freedom that you have. It's that you can't travel the world. You can't experience what you want to experience. I mean, yeah, you could get a piece of it because, like, obviously you can go on, small trips and stuff, take time off your job. But the moment you do take time off your job, you're not getting that paycheck. You're not making that money. But as an entrepreneurship, you have both handcuffs unlocked because you're making, or at least if you have a successful business, you're making a decent amount of money. You're making a decent amount of, revenue while you have time freedom. Like, you have financial freedom and time freedom. You can travel, you can make money online. Well, for online businesses, you can make money digitally now. Like, you don't even have to be home. You can be anywhere and still make money while traveling the world, while doing what you want to do. Obviously when you have a business, you still have to put time in, but you have to put way less time than having a job. And plus, you're self-employed, so you make your own rules, you do your own things. You're not following under nobody. And like, that's another good thing about being an entrepreneurship. You make your own rules, you make your own, time, and it's just way better than having or working under a person or working under a company. And like, I especially do not want to do that. I like having control. I want to be able to control when I work, how I want to work, what I want to work for, and what I want to do. And also, having a job is just so, like, it could be draining, especially if that's your only income. Like, a job is definitely not for me. And like, a lot of others out there don't want to work either, so I feel like the best route is to become an entrepreneur. And that's what I'm pursuing right now. That's what I want to do. Yeah. That's what I want to do. I want to become an entrepreneur, successful. I want to be a successful business owner. And I know for sure I'm gonna reach that goal because there's no way. I'm not gonna stop. I'm never gonna give up. No matter if it gets hard, I'm just not gonna give up. And that's what you gotta have when you want to be entrepreneurship. You gotta have discipline. You gotta be willing to put the work in, just willing to do whatever it takes. And eventually it's gonna get easier and easier. The snowball effect is gonna, once you make your first dollar, you're gonna obviously want to keep going because you made your first dollar. And then once you make, let's say you make your first 1K, your first 1,000, it's gonna motivate you even more. It's gonna grow from there. You're just gonna scale. And while you're scaling, you're gonna learn more and more, meet new people, have new experiences. You're just gonna, my computer turned off. Anyway, you're just gonna, I used it for lighting, so like the lighting looks bad now. Anyways, but I forgot what I was saying, but yeah. Anyways, once you make your first 1,000, you're gonna keep wanting to go, and you're gonna keep. Okay, there goes. Turn it back on. You're gonna keep wanting to go, and you're gonna keep wanting to learn more. You're gonna just grow from there. Like, you're not gonna stop. And like, that's the great thing about business. What you put in is what you get out. And yeah. So yeah, I want to become an entrepreneur and have a successful business, and I know I will achieve that. So that's all I had to say today. Peace.